Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm super excited to do the brand new Amazonian Clay Blurring Powder Foundation from Tarte demo and review for you. Before I hop into it, I'm just gonna address the elephant in the room, which is yes, I cut my hair off. If you're not following me on social, you haven't seen it, but now you do. I am officially part of the Bobby Club. I like it. My hair looks really healthy and it's a very beautiful clean cut. My goal eventually is to cut out all the blonde. So if you guys are wondering why I cut my hair, that is why. I want to have my natural hair color and keep my hair super healthy. So that is our plan. So the blonde eventually all will go, but we are in transition and I'm loving my new cut. Let me know down in the comments box below if you guys love my new haircut too. With that being said, I know this video is going up probably a day late, unfortunately, but I had to wait for the product to actually get to my house. So let's start off with the details. The powder foundation itself is $39. It comes in, I believe they said 22 shades. So this is the box. I went with the color 32N, which is medium neutral. I have no idea if this is going to work. The packaging is really pretty. It's like this pearlescence. Obviously it has the name and stuff on the back, has a mirror, but it looks like they've covered most of the mirror. And the product looks like this. It's kind of embossed and says Tarte on it. You are getting, it says 8 grams for that $39. They do also on the website for Tarte have some help on how to pick your shades because this is brand new. There's no reviews on it. No one's talking about it. So I need to be talking about it. As you guys know, it's my goal to review every powder foundation out there. So have to do it. So what it says about this particular powder foundation is that it is based on the best-selling powder foundation, which was their Amazonian Clay foundation. If you guys don't know, it says this is a buildable, natural matte, not flat finish. It has optical blurring powders to give you that airbrush look. Helps with fine lines, pores, imperfections. It has hyaluronic acid, which helps retain moisture in the skin. It also has a 16-hour wear time that won't cake, flake, settle, or flashback. Also has Amazonian clay, of course, that helps absorb oil and shine. It's also talc-free, finely milled, light as air, and has a touch-up sponge. Which it does come with the touch-up sponge as well. The touch-up sponge looks like this. I probably won't use it, but hey, I got it if need be. So in the testing, 100% agreed that it blurred and that it made the skin look matte, not flat, and that it gave a soft focus, gave them smoother skin, and feels weightless and evens skin tone. Also says Amazonian clay, hyaluronic acid, vitamin E, bark extract, and castor seed oil. So that's just a little bit about the powder foundation. Now that I have jumbled on about it forever, let's get into it. I'm not 100% if this will match me, but we will figure that out as we go. I have concealer on under my eyes as always. So let's open the brush. When I got this, the brush came with my set. So let's see if I can find out the price of the brush for you guys too. I ordered mine off QVC and $39 for the powder, $28 for the angled brush. Mine came in a set. Again, that was off of QVC. I don't know how long they're doing that deal for or if they're going to continue doing that deal, which is why I'm just telling you the prices on Tarte's website. I haven't seen this on Ulta or Sephora yet, so I'm hoping one of them will pick it up so it's more accessible. So I'm going to go in with the brush. Typically, I would do a powder foundation, like a sponge too. I'm not going to do a sponge because it says that specifically you're supposed to use a angled or flat top brush to put it on, and then they say you want to swirl it on. So trying to follow their instructions. It's not typically how I put my powder foundation on, but we're going to give it a whirl. Color doesn't look too bad. I thought it was going to be way too light, but it's wearable, which is great. So apparently the Tarte website on helping you find a color is very helpful. As you guys can see, I'm just building it up. I keep going back into the product, buffing it on. Looks pretty, feels super lightweight, feels like air. I get what they mean about the sheen. It's not matte, but it's not sparkly. I'd say it's like pretty much a natural finish, which is my desired finish that I like. Covering up some blemishes on my chin. It is kind of giving a soft focus effect. I'm not sure if you guys are picking up on that on camera or not, but where I have pores, which are right here, it is kind of blurring that out, which is nice. I'm happy with this coverage. I'm gonna put the rest of my makeup on and I'll be back. All right, guys, with the magic of YouTube, I am back. So this is my completed look. Everyone's gonna ask, I'm sure. The bronzer I have on is the Park Avenue Princess Bronzer. I have the huge one. I love this stuff. Usually if I'm wearing a bronzer, it's almost always this, especially because it's waterproof and it gets hot this time of year. I also have one of the mini blushes in the color Party. I love it. One of my favorites. I don't know if you can get it regularly or if it only comes in those little sets, but I love it. Back to the foundation. So my thoughts. I've had it on for a bit now. It's had a second to kind of warm up with my skin. As you can see, it is a little textured on my forehead. I haven't sprayed it with makeup setting spray because I kind of want you guys to see that. However, through my cheeks, it's flawless. My pores look pretty good. My chin looks all right. My chin always looks a little iffy. That's usually the area I have problems with. So I always just pat it one more time, blended right out. Perfect. So my forehead just looks a little textured. So with that being said, I'm going to use my all-nighter spray by Urban Decay. Just mist it on like I always do. Then take a little fan and fan it out. So that instantly fixed anything that looked even a little textured. Powder sometimes on the face just needs to be sprayed to be perfect. I do that with all of my powders, no matter what brand. So I feel like that is a normal thing to do. Also, I have to have my makeup on for long periods of time, so I would spray it anyways. All right. Now that the fanning is done, you can see it looks absolutely beautiful. It's actually a pretty good color match. Might be a little light, but it'll definitely work. I put some bronzer on with it and it looks good enough for me. So I'm happy with that. My overall thoughts. So the texture, when you are actually touching the powder, it's pretty soft. It's pretty packed in there. Like it's hard. It's very, very dense. So it's going to be a thick powder. I am a little disappointed that it's only 8 grams. I was hoping for a little bit more, especially for that price point at $39. I was hoping for closer to like 10 grams, but hey, it is a pressed powder and it does seem really dense. Like not a lot of powder comes off. As you can see, it still has all of the detailing from the embossing. And I'm rubbing pretty hard on it with this kabuki brush, which I thought was just going to kind of eat it up really quickly, but it's not. It actually seem to put it on really, really well. So I think this is a great applicator for it. And it's nice that you have an option for a brush instead of just like a sponge. I actually prefer using makeup brushes. I just use the sponges because certain products just work better with sponges, just the way it is. All right, guys, so I decided to add this part to my video. I don't normally do a check-in, so I'm about 10 hours in of wear, and I have more thoughts. Initially, I liked this, and I thought it looked pretty good. The longer it sits on my face, the less I like it. As you can see, my chin is really starting to separate. Not super bad, but just enough look textured. My forehead has gotten way more textured here. My whole nose, for some reason, nothing's sticking to the nose. I did work all day, so I'm looking a little rough. I mean, it looks okay, but I just don't like it. It has cracked in my smile lines. It has cracked on my forehead here, my chin. I feel like maybe if you had more normal skin type, not oily, this might work for you, but I almost felt like it was a little bit dry when I put it on. So I'm kind of on the fence on this. I don't think I like this at all. I wonder if I would have put it on with a sponge if I wouldn't have gotten this cracking, because it's more like a veil on the face instead of, you know, buffing and blending it in. So I'm gonna take the brush and just buff and blend in a little bit to see if that kind of fixes it. So when I did that, it actually just took it all off. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it literally took off that entire patch off my forehead. So let's keep buffing and seeing if that helps make it look, it does help make it look less textured, but now it's like patchy. The chin, same kind of thing. Now it's like patchier. It helps a little in the crease, but that's it. Pretty much the only spot that doesn't look like it's starting to come apart is my cheeks. Granted, this is 10 hours, so maybe if you're someone who's only gonna wear it for a little bit, it might work for you. For me, I kind of think I'm on the fence. I'm leaning more towards this is a pass for me. I don't know if I love it, and I'm a little disappointed because I have really, really high hopes for this. So I think it's definitely a pass. I mean, out of 5 stars, it's only a 3 for me. I don't like it when it separates. I don't like it when it looks dry, cracky. I have combination skin leaning more towards oily, acneic. So for a product to break this much up on me that claims to be 16-hour wear, it just isn't, in my opinion. And Amazonian clay normally tends to hold up really well, so I'm a little bit shocked of why it's doing all this. And I did use their brush and pretty much all the instructions that they had on their website. So I think this might be, I'm gonna say this is a maybe. That is my thoughts. It's a maybe. It's one of those, if you have the right skin type for it, you might love it. But for me, I probably won't reach for this again. It's just not sitting the way I want it to be sitting. And that's the biggest issue. I don't want cracking and separating. I know all foundation kind of does that over time, but I have other ones that just make me look glowy and not cracky. So that is something that is a big issue for me. Again, products I would recommend over this. It's a dead, I know I'm beating a dead horse, but it is the Makeup Forever, the Velvet Matte Skin. This is my go-to everyday wear. I have gone through so many of these and I just can't get past like how this wears. Granted, this isn't as much coverage as the Tarte one. However, it's buildable and I think it just looks better on longer wear. Another one that I'd like to add if you want something a little bit drier, this is the Jane Iredale Powder Foundation. If you're looking for something for more when it's warm and you're starting to get hot and melty, this product will stick with you forever too, and that's the Jane Iredale Powder Foundation. And then another one that I think looks great on literally everybody and holds up amazing on me as well is the Dual Finish Powder Foundation from Lancome. So those are kind of my 3 alternatives I like so much better than this particular product. If I had to say this was comparable to something, I would say the closest in my collection would probably be the New Bare Pro, and I really didn't like that at all. That did some really funny stuff on my face after about like 5 or 6 hours, and I feel like this falls in that same category. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching my videos. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I post a new video every week. In the description box will always be my Instagram for daily posts, my Etsy account to support my crafty adventures, and my Scentsy account if you need some Scentsy. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.